I can also begin to randomize the mass of the particles. Each particle doesn't necessarily have the same mass. Some particles, depending on the chemical reaction, may have a higher mass than others. So if I look up another randomized compound, I'll use that to randomize the particle mass. And I'll randomize the mass between, say, 0.1 and 0.7. So the particles that have a lighter mass should not rise as quickly because they're denser. So when I'm setting the particle mass, I also want to make sure that the same values are being used for the particle speed. So you can actually chain these values together here by just taking one of the values through a multiplier. So if the values on my speed are 4 and 6, then I could actually go in and, let's say, multiply by scalar. And just right-click and show values so I can visualize the numeric speed that's being processed by this multiplication factor. So not very fast, so I'm really going to want to increase that. So I'm increasing by a factor of about 10, but it looks like I'm going to have to increase by a factor far more than that. There we go. So now I'm starting to get particles around the range I'm looking for. 20 might be too much, so let's go by about 12. Let's try that one more time. Make sure that the particles are all dying off appropriately, and they're all done by that time. So that actually works out pretty well for me. I may give the particles a additional nudge upwards to get them dispersed a little higher. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see what happens if I give them a slight nudge on the y-axis. I'll even go in and randomize that. So polymorphic change. And in my randomize, the min value, I believe, was 0.2. So 0.2 was my actual upwards vector. So let's say between 0.19 and 2.1. That should be enough of a value shift. To push the particles upwards rather than outwards. Okay, we could probably push them up a little bit more. Let's try 2.3. And now we're starting to get a movement in the direction that we want. Okay, I think that will look pretty good. I think, yeah, right around there. Okay, I've got quite a wide randomization on that upwards vector, so I'll just be careful about how I use that. I might want to change that back.